Hey everyone, really excited to share this video with you. This is a Mailday slash, I guess it's an outgoing PSA submission. Show you what I've been buying. This is a record month for me. I had a record month in June in terms of how many cards I submitted. I'm gonna break that record again here in July. Technically I'll be sending these out in August. It's August right now, but I'll explain some of the reasoning behind those things. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So my goal was to submit 200 cards in July. Not quite gonna hit that goal, but we're close. Mainly fell short on the football. So football, I believe I only have 39 cards and my goal was 100. Sorry, there's some stickers and writing on the card savers. I buy these used. It's a lot cheaper and it doesn't really matter. You're not gonna get them back anyway. It's a good way to save a little bit of money. So I was really looking for a lot of Mahomes stuff. I was really picky with the football stuff I was buying. I didn't want to buy any more of last year's rookie class because I won't be getting these back until after the season starts. I want to move everything, all those new rookies, before the season starts. So I could have easily gotten to 100 if I was open to buying more of that stuff, but I wanted Mahomes primarily. And so that's what most of this is. Wish I could have gotten twice, 3 times as much of this stuff last month, but I tried. Anyway, a lot of these cards, most of these I paid about $3 each for. And with the $15.99 special, it'll come out to about probably $17.50 each to grade them. So you're looking at around $20 each all in. So 9s will be break even, maybe losing 10%, and 10s will be doubling to tripling my money here. So really trying to take advantage of these specials. Even $3 a card gives a lot more margin for grading certain cards. I have a couple other ones in here that are more pricey. Dak Silver, this was like $50 raw, I believe. I think they go for $150 as a 10. Prismatic Silver. Yeah, just a lot of Mahomes color stuff from the past couple years. Sells really well. And hoping to get a high gem rate. Derrick Henry, rookie. I got this for 15 or 20, probably 20. My House Silver from this past year. This one has a print line, and we'll see what happens with it. I've gotten 10s with print lines before. I've gotten 8s. So this is the filled level, just the base filled level. And then, yeah, just more color stuff. But anyway, I'm excited for this next year's rookie class for NFL. If you guys have watched some of my previous videos, like my most recent ones, you know that I'm going to be hitting football really hard this coming year. Trevor Lawrence, rookie, so a couple random things sprinkled in here besides Mahomes, but mostly Mahomes with good reason. Yeah, I'm excited for all the top QBs in this next class. There's a Josh Allen Red Sparkle. That one will do well if it gems. Yeah, some Prism stuff. Joe Burrow, Gold Ice, and then the one rookie, Anthony Richardson. Just decided to throw it in. So that's all the football stuff. Now we get to the bulk of everything else. So I guess we'll start with this stack here. This is kind of a random card. Yeah, I got this for $180 and it'll 8 probably. Small chance at a 9, but most likely it'll 8. But that's okay because 8s are going for, you know, 300 or so. Still should be a good profit. Yeah, a couple random ones in here. This one looks really clean. I've been trying to, I'm very focused in on what I buy, but at the same time, I'm always open to branching out. And since I've been buying a lot on Facebook lately, I'll just have people show me whatever they have for sale, and I'll buy a lot of LeBrons and things like that. So in addition to Wemby, I'm targeting some of the other rookies. Stuff like this, they're like, $5 cards that go for 50 or so as a 10. This is a nice one, on card auto. I hope this one gems. GG Jackson is one that I think he'll, obviously I'm not holding any of these rookies into the season, including Wemby. I'll talk about that later, but I think he'll get a decent price bump before the season, hopefully. Some Thompson Twins stuff. Red, white, and blues are tough this year, but still gonna give them a go. This one's off center, top to bottom, but has a chance still. Silvers are obviously the way to go in terms of ROI. They're not that much more in some cases than the other parallels, but they, like for the raw, but for PSA 10s, they're often significantly more. So Lively is another one that I've got some stuff. This one's off center, left to right, but within 60-40. Silvers, hoping the silver's 10. And now here comes the slew of Wembys. So got some stickers here. So the reason why I didn't submit these in July was because I was really hoping that they would have a basketball special in August, which they do. The football stuff, I did actually, I filled out the submission on July 31st, so I just haven't sent it out yet. I'll be sending it out the next day or two. And so I'm going to get the good prices for both, which I'm really happy about. Got some Contenders stuff. Yeah, the Contenders stuff, I'm not super hopeful in terms of resale value. But that's why I didn't get a whole lot of it, just a little bit. I've bought a lot of Donruss stuff, got a lot of 9s. I'm just sending in the very best stuff and reselling the other stuff raw. When you buy in big lots off of Facebook, really gives you some, freedom to be a little bit more picky on what you send in and what you resell raw, so you can still turn a profit. Yeah, hoop stuff is similar. Got this one. It's a thick card. Just gonna leave it in the case, and we'll see how that grades. Obviously, a lot. This is another card that I'm submitting in bulk. A lot of people wouldn't, and that's okay. I don't shy away from cheaper cards and a lot of duplicates. I'm starting to get to the point where I have enough capital where I can easily handle duplicates. So yeah, a lot of these ones. These are $5. I'm picking these up for $5, and they're still about 50 as a 10. Even if they dip down to 40, I'm still going to be looking good. So yeah, cash cow, like I've talked about in some of the other videos. The cheap stuff, it's overlooked by a lot of people, but it's really easy to find in good condition, and if you're willing to put in the work, you can double your money time and time again on this stuff. Now we're getting to I believe these are the prisms now, the blue prisms. Just got 2 of those. Have a lot of select stuff. I think select is finally to the point where the raw and the PSA prices have kind of gotten to the optimum point, I guess you would say. Prism's already there. Like at this point, you know, Wemby Prisms base are $35, and the PSA 10 is $110 to $120. That's a great range. Sometimes if you buy the raw too early and then you submit bulk orders to PSA, that 1 month or month and a half, really prices take a big hit, and then you're going to be having a lot less margins than you wanted. So something to be aware of. But I think Select, I mean, stuff like this now I think is like $30, and they're still going for 100 plus as PSA 10s. So stuff like, I think the Red Ice was 40 or 50. Orange Flash is like 50 still. But this stuff looks really clean. Select has looked really, really good this year. I've been impressed with it. I love the mezzanine level. Even the base stuff, if it's a non-blue base especially, that's lower pop than the blue base. Some inserts from Select. Again, cheap stuff, but grading it at this $15.99 level, it's like amazing to get that $3 back on every card. Really makes a difference. A bunch of these as well. As you guys can tell, I've just been scooping up anything and everything Wemby that I can find. Yeah, literally anything and everything. I've been posting on Facebook, just putting up buying posts. This is a silver prism. And then I'll just cash people out of all their Wemby stuff for 90% of comps. And people come back to me because that's a really fair price. It's more than they would net from eBay, even if they sold everything separately. Here's a silver neon icon. But it's a win for me as well because I can get it in one transaction, only have to pay shipping once, and it's still cheaper for me than if I were to buy it on eBay as well. So that's the way I've been getting my inventory. I think in the future, if I ever am going to do this full time, I'm going to have to do a good mix of both eBay and Facebook in order to keep enough inventory, because I'm going to need to be submitting a lot of orders to PSA if I'm ever going to do this full time. So there's a couple of these that I haven't looked at yet super closely, but they just came in. So another mezzanine base, and a deep space silver. These hoops I got for $3 a piece. I was gonna just resell them raw, but now that the special came out, I'm gonna inspect them and submit all the clean ones, because these are still $40 a piece, 35 to 40 as PSA 10s. I'll do that all day long. Again, some people don't, but I do. So the other point I wanted to touch on is selling all the rookies before the season starts. That goes for football and basketball. I've seen a lot of discourse about Wemby in particular. Like, oh, I'm totally holding my Wembys into the season, or long-term hold on Wemby, or whatever the case. I'm just not going to take that risk. I'm selling everything before the season starts, and I'll keep buying him into the season and grading him, but I'm going to buy with the current prices. I'm not, if that makes sense, I'm not going to hold out for any gains or losses. In my opinion, there's a lot more downside to Wemby stuff than there is upside. As great as he is, the downside can happen very quickly, and the upside can take a while to happen. With how his cards are priced now, even in the off season, like, I don't know how much higher they're gonna go realistically. Like, yeah, I'm gonna sell them right before the season ideally, so they'll get a bit of a bump, I hope. But like, you're probably gonna have to wait till the playoffs to get a significant bump. And if you're gonna wait that long, there then comes the risk of injury, bad season. You know, just think about Zion. I mean, he was so hyped, and he's still a great player, but his prices, we've seen, he's a, you know, exhibit A of how cards and players have more downside than upside because of the prospecting and the hype that goes into these players before they've really proven much, you know? Am I a believer in Wemby long term? I mean, yeah, but enough to hold his cards long term, especially base stuff like this? No, because the other part of the equation is the population counts of these cards, which I don't know if anyone has seen, but Wemby already has more graded cards than Steph Curry. Like, that's insane. And this was even before Optic came out, like before all of his stuff came out, before Contenders. So just the population on this stuff is shooting to the moon. Even stuff like this, which this one has a minor print line, but I'm going for it. Why not? This one too was, you know, off-centered a little bit, but I got this for $100 on Facebook, so totally going for it. Comps for 160 to 200 raw right now. Got a really good deal on it. Got some My House stuff. But anyway, I'll be probably submitting maybe at the end of this month, one more big Wemby order, or a slew of orders, and then calling it good for Wemby for the year, and we'll move into some other stuff. But I'm really excited. I mean, I have to say, compared to last year, well, I guess last year and 2 years ago, the quality control on a lot of this stuff is a lot better. Not as many surface issues on a lot of these cards. So I'm excited about that. Hoping for good graders. But I think even with a 50% gem rate on these orders, I'm going to be doing really well. It's all about submitting the right cards. So I have a video in the works of basically how to start a fully remote sports card business in 2024. And so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe and be ready for that, because there's going to be a lot of really good info that I haven't really shared in my other videos. Not because of, because I have purposely not shared it, just because I haven't organized my thoughts well enough. But anyways, stay tuned for that. Lots of good info in that video. So yeah, finishing up with the Optic stuff here. Optic base, I think, are going to be a good margin as well. These have been a lot cleaner than the Donruss ones. There's been a lot less chipping around the back edges, I've noticed, on Optic versus Donruss, the paper. So hoping for a high gem rate on those. Been picking those up for $10 to $15 a piece raw, which is about a little less than half of the Prism base price. So I think that's an okay price point. So another purple splash, and then two of the bigger ones, a hollow and a pink. Both look really good. I wouldn't be surprised if the hollow gets a 9. There's some slight whitening on the bottom left, but other than that, looks really good. So didn't hit my goal of 200, but I like setting goals because I'm closer than I would be if I didn't set goals. 179 is the total for July. 178. 39 football and 139 basketball. So really excited to see how these orders play out. Hoping for another record month in August. If I can get my orders back from last month and sell through them relatively quickly. At this point, I'm running into the issue of just being able to recoup enough money to keep buying and stuff all the time. So yeah, really excited about where things are headed for my business. Lots of cool stuff coming soon that I'm excited to share with you guys. So thank you all for watching. Please like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to stay tuned for more stuff. And we'll see you guys next time.